Hello, is this thing on? Let me test, hold on. Give me a second, guys. Let me test, is this thing on? Hold on, give me a second. Alright, everyone. Yep, we're in. Hold on, let me tune the volume down. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this catch-up stream of MRC for FPX.ZQ. And honestly, I did not plan to do this stream today, but I decided to do it because I heard something pretty amazing happened and I refused to miss it. And heck, maybe I'm pretty sure that I heard something amazing happened in this match. Like, I know approximately what happened, but I don't know the details of it, so I'm going to take this opportunity to test it out, to like watch it and just, you know, catch myself up with what I missed and upload video based on that. Alright, so yeah, guys, welcome to this stream, even though like this is not a time that I normally do it at, and I don't even know who or if anyone will be around, but alas, here we go. And honestly, there are pros and flaws of me streaming at the way it is. Like, this is a catch-up stream, right? And the benefits of the catch-up stream is that I can pause whenever I want, but the downside of that is that, first of all, this is live, so if things get spoiled everywhere. And honestly, the catch-up streams, I can only really do one or two matchups. It's different as in sitting through the entire thing. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's go into this matchup. FPX.ZQ versus MRC. And I am interested to watch this game unfold up. So we actually are seeing... Yeah, actually I'm going to probably mute going on because it seems like I was editing the videos and it got a bit annoying hearing the audios, the Chinese casters. Alright, MRC Xu Anle versus FPX.ZQ survivors, and Xu Anle opting to ban the mercenary at the FO. A pretty interesting approach from Xu Anle. I think the plan here is to get rid of all the rescuers because the opera singer is known to stuff rescues by jumping very far away with her high mobility and cutting people off. So I guess that is what MRC doesn't want. So by getting rid of the rescuers, then this opens up the chance for the opera singer to cut people off mid-rescue. So the FPX here choosing the acrobat and the gardener, which is a must because acrobat counters the opera singer, and then the gardener, gardener just being the gardener. Getting some shields is pretty good because it is very hard to get a rebound kite against the opera singer. So the gardener's shield is one method to get around it. Priestess will be the next one being and forcing out the seer. So this is a pretty interesting team comp we're seeing here because there's actually no rescuers, and I reckon if MRC, they banned the forward. I was about to say MRC could have considered the wildling because I think FPX.ZQ can choose a wildling now because the wildling does not get cut off no matter what. They do have the seer and the gardener as tankier options, and they are opting to go for the gardener here rather than the wildling, so this is actually a no rescuing team comp. The decoding is fast, but it opens up like a lot of room for Xu Anle to stuff rescues if he want to. Well, the gardener is just for pure kiting, seer is for pure kiting. Coordinator's flare gun is the sole assist we have in this game alongside of the Seer's Owl. But I think one thing, I really want to miss the audio. I think I'll just have it back on, but turn it lower. Alright, so the situation we have over here is that I feel like here the opera singer can chase anyone they want first, which is pretty good for them. I mean, the decoding speed here is fast, but it will be very hard to kite out an opera singer that knows what they're doing. But then again, like, don't make conclusions too fast, because I still remember the last time I made a conclusion that it'll be very hard to 4 escape an opera singer. It ended with Xiaoma being 4 escaped against wolves. Like, that game I will upload it, by the way. So yeah, don't jump into conclusion too quick. Let me just listen to my audio, hold on. Alright everyone, now we're going to be hopping into the game between FPX.ZQ versus MRC. MRC's Hunter Xuanle versus FPX.ZQ survivors. And oh, no! Oh, never mind, I was about to say no Ty Turner, but the coordinator brought Ty and the court actually does not have borrowed time because they're opting for everyone to bring broken windows, because knowing that the opera singer, like, the broken windows is better against the opera singer comparing to everyone else. Alrighty, so we're gonna hop into the game between MRC's Hunter Xuanle versus FPX.ZQ Survivor with your solo streamer caster in this catch-up stream, Invisible Jong. No one supports Gardener though. Oh, hey Elvin, I guess someone doesn't want to go to school today. Alright, the opera singer just gonna dance around, and for this I think the best target he can is to find the seer himself, because it's better to force the out early on rather than waiting for it later. So Xuanle, but it's not going for the seer, just going to be jumping around, wanting to locate another target, and it's going to catch Regency here. And remember, everyone in this team comp can be chased by the opera singer, so this is something that we should keep in mind. So Xuanle is just gonna hop around, and the gardener is going to be running out into the open, making sure that Xuanle cannot utilize the shadows. And does have a couple shadows here, and I think Xuanle is not going to be hitting the gardener before the shield wears off. So that was the plan. Oh, watch out for the tram. Tram is going to help the hunter for a bit. So Xuanle just casually waiting and instantly getting a hit, which is what the opera singer wants. And it's going to be using the blink to get a hit, and there is a shadow on the other side of the palette though, so Regency has to be careful, but Regency will be getting the shield out, ensuring that he can escape out of the palette, but not for long, as we're talking about 1.5 minutes in the game, and down goes the gardener with 70% on all 3 ciphers approximately. So currently this is actually looking a very good situation for the opera singer, because the down is opting to be very fast. The plan for the gardener pick is probably to like ensure the first down won't be too slow with the shield, but the opera singer doesn't even need to hit the shield, and that is the thing. So this means that the gardener is equivalent to a whiteboard early game. And also no one was decoding early game because they were all like transitioning out as they're afraid to get busted. So this means the cipher is pretty slow, and we're only at 2.5 ciphers at the moment. So we can see that currently there's a survivor propping Tinnitus at the 2-story, which is probably the coordinator. But I don't think they're planning on to rescue due to the fact that the gardener just does not have much rebound potential. And honestly, just like looking at how this game ended up happening, is that the gardener was not did not come into play the shield. But Coordinator going to be rescuing here using the Tide Turner and is going to be using the flare gun here, ensuring that the Gardener can kite her way into the graveyard, because the graveyard is going to force the Opera Singer into vaulting, which is probably the one weakness that the Opera Singer has, because her window vaulting speed is slower. And Gardener is going to be slamming the pallet, and I think right now she will be trying to regen the shield, and yep, it's going to regen the shield in hopes of dragging it longer, and currently this rebound kite is considered to be successful for the survivor's end because they've already dragged out over the Tide Turner time. And the Gardener does eventually go down, but we're talking about 4 ciphers currently. Yeah, but the thing we have right now is that even with 1 cipher is left, first of all, the Opera Singer has a very high mobility, and secondly, both the Seer and the Coordinator does not have any items, so I think the best course of action is for the Coordinator to try and grab an item, because as we talked over and over, having no items against the Opera Singer endgame is very deadly. Oh, but here we can see that the Seer actually ran into the Hunter's face, which is not ideal, giving the Hunter a free hit, I presume, in front. But nope, still able to stay alive with the help of the pallet. But Xianle managing to win the pallet mind game, able to get a hit off the Seer, and now the Seer is very vulnerable in going down. But here Xianle have a different approach, going to be TP catching the Acrobat red-handed near the cipher. The Acrobat is currently the only survivor remaining with item, as the Opera Singer actually stepped on the firebomb, is going to be walking on pure foot to hit the Acrobat. And currently the Acrobat will have to be careful on where he kite, as ideally he doesn't want to kite too near the corner house, or else he will have disrupted the Coordinator, the Seer who is decoding there too. And the survivors will be opting for Divine Conquer, as the Opera Singer is inching very close to the Acrobat and managing to get him down. And currently, with the Acrobats down, this is going to be forcing the Coordinator to... Or never mind, yeah, it's going to be forcing the Coordinator to coming in, but the Opera Singer will be opting to chair the Acrobat closer to the Seer cipher, and let's see, will the Opera Singer going to be harassing the Seer? Yes, chooses to, going to be going straight to Zibi here, and remember, a crucial pallet there was kicked, so Zibi doesn't have a lot of areas to work with, and here, but with the help of broken windows, is still able to survive for now, but not for long though, as it's an Opera Singer, and there we go, even a stun occurred, down goes the Seer, and currently, this is going to be forcing the survivor to do a different cipher, but just with the high mobility the Opera Singer has, she can go back and forth between the ciphers, but unfortunately we can see that she made an error as her dash went into cooldown, and this is going to be the breathing room that is needed for the survivors to pop the cipher, because the cipher at the 2 pallet is actually around 65%, so Xianle at this point knows that he cannot go towards that cipher and will be opting to guard the Seer. But I'm saying this, that I still have a chance for at least a free K, because the Seer just doesn't have any items endgame. The Coordinator has an elbow pad to work with, but the Seer just doesn't have much. The Cipher is primed now, Core will get a hit, and the Seer will have to try and position himself near the graveyard. But never mind, goes for the Coordinator, and they actually chose to pop because the Coordinator does not have borrowed time, as we recall, and the Opera Singer must be knowing it. That's why they chose to go for the Coordinator. I actually forgot this amongst everything. So now the Coordinator is going to be first chaired, and the survivors will have to think very carefully on what they did. I actually forgot that the Coordinator does not have borrowed time, and in this situation it's going to come back to haunt them. But Xianle now is in a position for 4-man elimination, because the thing is that he can just easily go back and forth between the gate and the chair, but here the Seer will be keeping him occupied, so Xianle will actually be committing to the Seer and finally gets the Seer down, but by then the Opera Singer is going to be, or rather the Acrobat is going to be escaping through the front gate, as he teleported a bit too late, and with that, it is actually going to be a 3-man elimination from the Xianle, which is a very, very strong performance from MRC. So, yeah, first of all, I think in this particular case, the personal pick haunted them. Because as I said, if you're going to chase the seer, then the seer will always be running his way towards the graveyard, because the graveyard is the one place that the opera singer needs some time to down. But the thing is that they did not have the court to bring the borrowed time, which the opera singer remembers. So that's why the opera singer instantly goes after the court, because the court was in half health, and this means that he cannot. The survivors are forced to pop in a very dangerous spot. And yes, the court does have an elbow pad, but it's not going to be working in their favor. Because I think we know over and over that an elbow pad does not work against an opera singer. The best item is a watch and not an elbow pad. And also I might question this team comp just for the fact that they did not have a rescuer, and they were very and the gardener, strictly speaking of the result as a gardener, didn't exactly do much. I mean, only rebound kite a bit, but the early kite was equivalent to a white board. Whereas if it's a patient, yes, not exactly the best, but can still use the hooks to kite out a bit. And in this scenario, the gardener the shield didn't exactly come in play here. But one thing I'm pretty happy of is that Shi-An-Le is actually just proving to everyone how good he is. Like, how good he is and how he's a force to be reckoned with. And he's no longer just the backup hunter. He's a hunter that's a force to be reckoned with. And because of opera singer being broken, teams of sub-hunters can now have a shine in the game, has a chance in the game now. So let's head over to the second half. And honestly, I think picking such a team comp that does not have much items against an opera singer, I think is not exactly the best move. Seer and FO. Oh no, Merc and FO, yeah. So it seems that the consensus for the opera singer now is to ban all the rescuers and try to stop the rescuing. And here MRC will be staying true to their strategy, going for the priestess and the perfumer, because the perfumer arguably is actually the strongest against the opera singer, because the perfume will force them to wait and allow them to enter a more safe area, or forcing out the hit, where in the end also it ensures to enter a safer area. Priestess, perfumer, acrobat, because acrobat can kite the opera singer, and opting to ban the coordinator, because the coordinator's flare guns can always ensure a rebound can cut something off. At MRC going with their special strategy they have against the opera singer, which is going to be the lucky guy and perfume approach. And honestly, I'll say this strategy from MRC is way ahead of time, as I never seen something like this in my life. But MRC, they're the team of tricks, so I shouldn't even be surprised. They were also the first team that pulled out a lucky guy and a coordinator team comp, which we've seen in the IVL finals, and despite it not playing a huge factor, or despite a loss, we actually saw a high potential from that team comp. So honestly, this team comp, no rescuers, but the priestess, I think the priestess will be very crucial in this game if that's the case. Because they do not have a rescuer, so the priestess is the one connecting each other and ensuring that whoever gets chased will last for a significant amount of time. And the other thing I'm thinking of is that the priestess perfumer also works. Before the perfumer passes a portal, drop a perfume goes through, and the hunt forced to wait, because if they pass through, then perfume back too. Yeah, so honestly, MRC is a team. It's a different breed of team, I would say. Literally every team has are more or less similar, but MRC always has their own weird strategies. And the ridiculous thing is that those strategies work. So they aren't even that ridiculous in the first place. Oh, so here the perfumer actually has a tie. Wait, they're actually a double tie because the priestess actually did not bring borrowed time. Meanwhile, the perfumer will be the one bringing Tide Turner with borrowed time, meaning that the perfumer does not have broken windows, and that's something that we should be looking careful of. So, yeah, this is something that we should be looking out of in this game. And honestly, like I said it before, I'll say it again, perfumer, MRC is always their own team, but they're up against Dongshan, but MRC is the team that knows Dongshan the most. So if it's one team that can counter Dongshan, it'll be MRC. And Dongshan will be going after the perfumer first, and is able to get a hit while he's pulling down the pallet. A huge blunder on Nanako's side, because the point of the perfumer is to use the perfumes to sort of like make the opera singer not that effective, but him being too greedy with that pallet is actually going to be very, very painful here for them. And Dongshan going to be doing the drop, and did Nanako warp back? But nope, Nanako actually did not go back, as he knows that Dongshan left a shadow up on top of the stairs. So there's actually not a place, there's a lot for the Nanako to go here, and within one cipher, down goes the perfumer. Like, the plan for the MRC here is for the perfumer to sort of counter the opera singer, but here it did not work for them at all, and it's a completely disaster for MRC right now. The priestess is the other one with Tide Turner, and she is in the vicinity, but then again, like, the ciphers are far behind, because we're talking about one cipher when it was down. But we can see Xiao Di is actually just casually staying on top and going to be doing instant rescue. And Dongshan here wanting a target attack on the perfumer, and is able to do that. And he actually wanted to do a drop down charge attack, but not able to do so. And here wanting to go for the priestess, but Xiao Di will be using a portal, and Dongshan, for a split second I thought he's going to be going towards the perfumer, but that does not seem the case. Or the priestess, but that does not seem the case, as he's content in chairing, because currently we can see that this is only 2.5 ciphers in the game, and we are already have a second chair. So if the survivors want to turn this around, they're going to be needing the lucky guy's flare gun to try and force a rebound kite with the help of the priestess portals. But it doesn't seem like they're setting this up, so I think the plan is to just use up the flare gun and see how long it would bio. And nope, actually, wanted to use a flare gun, but was far too late from MRC's side, and it ended up being a completely useless flare gun, and like the flare gun fire was too late, and now the rebound kite is not going to happen. Perfumer will be sent back to the manor, and Dongshan knows exactly where Huazi is, so this is going to be an even worse game. But if there's one saving grace, is that we can see that the ciphers were actually pretty healthy in the meantime, because we're actually already around near 4 ciphers. Like earlier it was only 2.5, and I didn't even notice it was 4, but Huazi being the one taking the kite here, and with the blank, Huazi not being able to kite for long, and we're having our second chair here. So currently, while it's still 4 ciphers, but the thing is that there's only 1 cipher in total progress. But the thing is that there are 3 ciphers in total. That means that the survivors will still have to run around the map in hopes of trying to decode all cipher progress. So even though it looks like the cipher progress is not a lot, but then again, don't forget the survivors still need to run around decoding, and the lucky guy not being able to kite out for long, and actually goes down to where the priestess is at, and this is actually a blunder on the survivors' end, as the priestess will get hit, and now the lucky guy cannot be rescued at all, because both the priestess and the acrobat are in half health. So right now, if this, the more it goes, like it's going to be like a four-man elimination for sure, because we still have 3 ciphers remaining, and don't forget, like now it's 2, but everyone is in half health, so it'll be very easy for Dongshan to just drag it on and play and get that 4K that he needs. So here actually no one's going to be rescuing the lucky guy, so Dongshan will be going for Xiao Xiao's acrobat, and if able to spot him, the acrobat is the one survivor that can kite the opera singer for a significant time. So here Xiao Xiao will have to last as long as he can for the ciphers to be enough, and having that firebomb, but is he able to enter the pallet? No, not being able to, and down goes the acrobat, and the lucky guy being in the opera singer's face. So now Dongshan can go after, or rather the priestess, and is now going to be going after the priestess instead, and the priestess having portals to help her last out a bit. And Xiao Di here will have to last long enough for the acrobat to self-heal back up and try and decode 2 ciphers, which in theory will be very hard. All of the priestess being very patient, but not being able to last for long. And now the acrobat is going to be decoding the second to last cipher. And here, Dongshan can just balloon and place a priestess down the center, but nope, actually going to be chairing the priestess rather than leaving her on the ground. And this is actually a pretty risky move though, because while Dongshan does know where the dungeon is, this also opens up a potential for the acrobat to get out of the dungeon. Like personally, I think it's better to just leave the priestess on the ground. So right now Dongshan is like hovering around trying to find the acrobat, but the acrobat actually positioned himself pretty good, making sure that Dongshan cannot find him, and this actually might lean towards a one-man escape if Dongshan cannot find the acrobat fast enough. Because the thing is that the acrobat can just jump towards the dungeon, and the hunter is not able to stop him during the mid-jump. So here Xiao Xiao is trying to move his way, Dongshan is getting close, so now now the question is, can Xiao Xiao escape though? And Dongshan goes for the blink, but Xiao Xiao managing to use the bomb to evade it. So now actually this might be a highly chance for a one-man escape, because here Xiao Xiao, I think he still has a bomb to work with. So now everything hinges on how well does the acrobat uses this bomb. Here, this is going to be a very intense mind game between the acrobat and the opera singer here, and can Xiao Xiao escape though, because he has to inch very close but has to watch it to not be too close. Is going for the jump and is able to get out. So this will be a one-man escape from such an intense situation. Personally, I am not sure why did... Honestly, I'm not sure why did Dongshan choose to chair there. Like the last 2 ciphers, we know there's one almost done and one that's around 30%. And at this point, the acrobat already expanded the self heal. So I don't understand why didn't Dongshan opt to chair. Opt to just leave the priestess on the ground and go back, because the thing is that I believe Dongshan, does Dongshan have the trump card? Let me see. Yeah, it's trump card. So what is he afraid of? Even if things goes worse, he can still teleport endgame. I honestly just don't understand why Dongshan chose to chair instead of leave the priestess on the ground. Because that could have been a round victory for FPX.ZQ, and instead this is going to be a tie, which is a huge blunder on FPX.ZQ's end. So yeah, so with that, the BO1 is a tie, which is very unfortunate for FPX.ZQ, because they 1000% should have won that, as that could have been a 4K, but Dongshan sort of got a bit too overconfident. Alright, yeah, let me hop into the next game. Hold on, give me a second. I'll hop to the next game. Oh yeah, Alvin, that dungeon is cool. Yeah, honestly, I'm still not sure why the Dongshan chose to chair. Why the Dongshan chose to chair, like... Oh, and hey Alvin, sorry I missed you there. Psychologist, yeah. Wait, let me go back to BP. Yeah, Xiao Cheng is up. Now Xiao Cheng... Yeah, see your barmaid, because Xiao Cheng still has the Dream Witch. And because you're forced to ban the opera singer in BO2, so, yep, have to go over the psychologist. And entomologist, I mean, I understand the psycho pick, because the psycho is probably to counter the Dream Witch. The ento is interesting, though, because, I think they're trying to prevent other hunters, such as the Night Watch of the ento. Because the psychologist in itself is a pretty good counter, and here the anti-queen will be picked next, and FPX.ZQ will be going for the mercenary. Because there's no opera singer now, so now it's going to be back to a normal game, and this game will no longer be called the OVL. Mercenary, psychologist, entomologist. Yeah, the entomologist. The entomologist is a pretty interesting pick, I think. They're trying to prevent a Night Watch or something, as a Prost will get banned, I think. Oh, Prospector, I think Xiao Cheng may want to play Disciple. Because Disciple doesn't like the Prospector. We have the patient here. This is a pretty solid team comp. Because we have the patient for kiting, psychologist to prevent like a night Dream Witch, and the entomologist bugs to push around. So this is actually a very, very solid team comp on FPX.ZQ's end. So MRC Xiao Cheng here will have to think carefully on what they want to play. I think Dream Witch is not that favorable, considering that we have the entomologist and also the psychologist. And Night Watch is not that favorable though. And not even a disciple, like, in theory, I think maybe Night Watch is the better target out of the... Oh, nope, still go for a Dream Witch. Xiao Cheng is like, you know what, screw it, Psycho, I'm not afraid. The Dream Witch, let me think. Dream Witch can actually chase the patient first, and maybe the Ento herself, because like leaving the Ento out in the open, then you... Like if you're leaving the Ento out in the open, then you're actually going to be risking... If you leave the... Then you're risking the bugs to like come harass when you're trying to use a patroller. So I think the best course of action is for the Dream Witch to chase the Ento first. And I mean, the patient, maybe. Patient is the second best target, but I think the best one is definitely to chase after the entomologist first. So, or everyone, we're in the game now between FPX.ZQ's Survivor versus MRC's Hunter, Xiaocheng, and now we're going to be watching the MRC's Dream Witch. And Xiaocheng being able to play Dream Witch at BO2. Never that I thought I'll see this day. Okay, so Dream Witch is going to be chasing the Entomologist first as that's the best target. And with 2 seconds, there's going to be the Patroller, so Xiaocheng just going to be looking for a perfect opportunity to use the Patroller, which is going to be happening here. And with the Patroller being dropped off now, we'll have to see can Zibi be able to get rid of the Patrollers, and is able to get rid of 2 in a row, but actually his own nature actually broke all the pallets and is able to be able to using the flywheel effect. So what ended up happening is that 3 patroller bites and none of them actually stunned Zibi at all, which is a pretty clutch move if you would think about it. But anyways, Zibi is still going to be getting 1 hit, but that is actually very good because Xiaocheng used his main body's patroller and also used the entomologist leech in getting a hit. So currently there are no abilities for Xiaocheng to use to successfully down Zibi. There is the leech's patroller, but he's actually going to be ducking into the locker here, which is a very sneaky move just to draw time, and is able to get that down. But this is already a near free Cypher Kite. I'll say this is 2.5 more Cypher Kite, which is equivalent enough for a tie. But if Xiaocheng is able to snowball this, it can also be a 3 to 4k. But honestly, I would really applaud hiding into the locker because it just forces the hunter to walk all the way across to you. Anyways, Shi Xiaoyao is going to be the one coming in for the rescue now, and just going to be taking a hit here and pull off the rescue. Then elbow pad as don't want to double down, and Xiaocheng is going to be sandwiching, but currently because both the main body's patrol is actually going to be about to be online again, but he's actually going to be baiting the Ento's own leech into chasing after him and is able to get that down. So actually the entomologist, while evading the spawn leech, failed to evade his own leech, and the rebound kite is not going to be happening here. But the good news of that is he actually forced away his own leech, meaning that it's going to force Xiaocheng to leech again on entomologist, and this means that he will have no leech to harass the field from outside. Because the Dream Witch is a very strong field controlling hunter, but her field controlling is directly proportional to how many leeches she has at the field, which at this point she only has 2 leeches, which is not a lot. And her own leech is going to be trying to harass the patient Cypher here, but the merchant pulling off the Ento is opting for a body block, and is he able to get a block, is able to bait out the flywheel effect, but with the help, because that was the Ento's leech is now gone, and the mercenary is free to heal up the entomologist. And FPX.ZQ currently is just showing us directly how good how well they are and how well disciplined they are in facing against a Dream Witch, because they always made sure that the leech, the survivor's own leech is forced out. So we're going to be approaching endgame right now, and because currently there's only the spawn leech left, so it's highly likely going to be a free escape because there's no leeches for Xiaocheng to control the field, unless because he forces switch to blink here to down the entomologist. Just so this means that he only has the mercenary's leech left, but the mercenary already forced it open, and the mercenary can just escape. Because having the mercenary being leech is not going to help, because mercenary can just tank 1 hit and continue to pop, as we're going to be heading for a free survivor escape here. And honestly, I'll just say it's very, very... They're very well disciplined, as they always made sure that when they get hit, they'll be hit by their own leech. When they get hit, they'll be hit by their own leech. This means that for a long period of time, the Dream Witch only has 2 leeches on the field, and 2 leeches is not enough to control. So yeah, we're gonna move on to BO2 here. So currently Dongshan only needs a tie and they'll be able to win BO2. But honestly, I'm just gonna go back and say not getting that win in BO1 is very painful, because had they got the win in BO1, then right now Dongshan only needs a tie and they'll be 2-0ing. So that BO1 is going to haunt now, but well, we'll have to move on. Seer and Barmaid getting banned as expected because Dongshan also has a Dream Witch, and MRC probably will be picking the Psychologist. Oh, Anti-Quarian, yep. Anti and Psychologist, because the Anti-Quarian is also a decent counter against the Dream Witch too. So the current situation we have is the Acrobats ban Merc, but here, because the Anti-Quarian being chosen now is going to be is a decent Dream Witch counter. So the Psychologist and Anti-Quarian both counter the Dream Witch. So I think it will be a real question of if Dongshan is going to pick the Dream Witch or not. This team comp here is almost similar to the last one apart from the Anti-Quarian. Huh. Merc, Psycho, and Anti-Patient. I wonder if Dongshan's still going to be picking the Dream Witch. Because the Dream Witch will be relatively hard in this team comp, like hard to 3 to 4k. But then again, if it's not the Dream Witch, I don't see what else is possible. So it's going to, for a different approach, I will be playing the Disciple. Disciple does counter the Anti-Quarian, but on one hand, the Patient does have a potential to count against Disciple. It's 50-50 but has a potential, and Psychologist can tank an extra hit. But I think it's a pretty smart move for this Disciple though, because currently all Dongshan needs is a tie to win BO2, so they're going to be playing more safe here. Because Disciple, you know, the queen of tying and the queen of eliminating one hunter. Yep. So yeah, if this is a Disciple, I think I'm saying this game is leaning towards a tie. I'll say this before the game starts. Haha. Anyways, the Disciple can pretty much chase anyone. Ideally, the Anti-Quarian can be chased first, and the Psychologist can be too. And let's see. Oh, Anti-Quarian has Flywheel effect, so yeah. Disciple's best target is the Anti, because Flywheel doesn't do a lot against the Disciple. Anyways, we're gonna be hopping into the game now, and there is a BO3 today. Alright, and Dongshan here is just going to be wandering around, and it's going to find Nanako's Anti-Quarian at the center, because as I noted before the game, Anti-Quarian will probably be the best target due to like the stun can prevent her from swiping, and also the Flywheel effect. And Dongshan here is actually going to be inching closer towards Nanako and managed to cut off a lot of distance off camera, which is a pretty good situation for Dongshan. And will be dropping his cats horizontally in hopes of getting Nanako, but Nanako actually also evaded those cats, and Dongshan wants to like mind game Nanako into running closer, but Nanako not falling for it and is going to be looping around this window, but Dongshan here is going to be dropping the cat to cut her off, and this is going to be a very intense situation. It goes for the jump and now is able to get the hit as Nanako got mind game and did not dare to jump through the window. And I mean, it makes sense not to jump through the window because Dongshan has shown in the past he is capable of doing a U-turn jump. So that's why Nanako wanted to play it safe, which allowed Dongshan to get the hit. And Dongshan get another jump inching closer and is pretending to attack to bait out the flywheel. So now this is going to be a mind game as Nanako wanted to bait to like predict and goes for a double swipe, but Dongshan actually also evaded it. So Dongshan completely had Nanako's number in terms of the mind game, and we're talking about 2.5 cipher and the anti-Korean goes down. So right now, 2.5 ciphers, the survivors can actually sell if they want to, but I think that they'll just do some standard rescuing, and unless Dongshan manages to stuff the mercenary or like force a double down, otherwise it's highly likely it's going to be a tie. And Xiao's are able to jump there, and Dongshan actually accidentally getting stuck, which means that he fails to hit the mercenary, and this is going to be a less than ideal situation for him because now the mercenary is open to go for another rescue again. Yep, yeah, goes for the swing, not being able to hit. And yeah, Dongshan failing that jump is actually not that ideal because had he hit, then they're going to be forcing the psychologist to heal up the mercenary. Then the psychologist will be a potential like easy second target. But now the psychologist is still in full health. And after anti being chaired, Dongshan will be baiting out Xiao, will be like applying pressure to Xiao here. Xiao still going to go for a rescue, another like mind situation, but they also have the patient. The patient here is actually opting for a double rescue, which I'm not too sure why exactly, because it's not like they have Tai Turner, but I guess they want this anti-Korean to go for a rebound kite in hopes to like try and gamble for a free escape. But would they be able to? Because the disciple is a hunter that's very hard to block due to her stunning nature. Oh, Dongshan being able to jump closer, and the anti-Korean and patient being separated, patient following behind the disciple, desperately wanting to land that attack. And now there's some mind game situation here in hopes of trying to like get the stun, because the only way an anti-Korean can kite a disciple is to mind game them. But the anti-Korean is baited out to jump and actually is also baited to hit out, but is able to flywheel effect. This is a very good gameplay on both ends, from Dongshan baiting out the anti-Korean to the anti-Korean using the flywheel timely, and now the disciple goes for a blink, is able to get it down, but they actually have both the patient and the psychologist here, as I guess they wanted to block, but Dongshan just being able to do the tunnel he needs to ensure the anti-Korean's elimination, and now this ensures there will be one survivor being eliminated before endgame. But we can see that the last sliver is being done, so this is going to be a 3-man endgame as Dongshan will be inching closer, but actually they actually have Xiao Di going towards the cipher rather than the gate though, which I'm not sure if it's the best move, but currently Xiao has a cat on him, which means that he can get silenced, so the survivors will have to be careful, because once Xiao gets silenced, then Xiao Di is the only one that can pop the cipher. Oh, but actually because now because Dongshan can like silence to pop the cipher, they're actually going to be having the patient to pop a cipher nearby. And Dongshan here, I think, since he brought trump card, his plan here is to try and drag out time to sort of like ensure that his ability will be back for endgame, so he can potentially go for a like 3-man elimination endgame. gets the hit on the mercenary, and we are approaching endgame now as Dongshan's ability is about to be active again. And the one near him is a psychologist, but the psychologist already broke all the walls here in advance, meaning that it will be very, very hard for Dongshan to down her quick. But no, actually very good 2 U-turn jumps here, ensuring that he's able to down the psychologist. But during that time, we can see the patient already pops the gate. So this means that this will be a tie between MRC and FPX.ZQ. And this means that FPX.ZQ manages to win game number 2 by 5-3. Honestly, this is a pretty standard Disciple tying game, as he only needed a tie, and he got what he wanted. MRC definitely tried to get the win here, but yeah, unfortunately they weren't able to arrange, and the block was just sort of too slow. Yeah, 5-3, 4-4, and we'll head to BO3. Well, I sort of know. Anyways, we're back now, and oh, we're into the BP already. Seer and the Explorer is actually going to be banned now. Seer and Explorer. Explorer is actually interesting, but Explorer is a very has a good lot of hiding spots in this map. I guess they don't want Xiaodi to hide, because Xiaodi is known to hide at weird spots, just sort of like T.E.'s Yihua. So MRC will have to think what they have to do here, because Disciple being banned. Opera Singer Disciple. This is a very interesting choice that they banned Disciple though. I guess they really respect Dongshan's cat lady and will be going for the mercenary and the barmaid, ensuring that the barmaid counters the Dream Witch here. And Dongshan can think carefully on what he wants to play here, and will be banning the patient, so it seems that he's not going to be playing the Geisha here though, because Geisha is actually, if he wants to play the Geisha, then he would have let out the patient, because Geisha counters it. But I wonder what does banning this patient mean? Does it mean he wants to play like a walking hunter, like the clerk? Because the clerk actually gets countered by patient in this map. But the coordinator will be chosen here. Barmaid and Cord. And Dongshan banning the toy merchant. So it's definitely going to be a walking hunter, because walking hunter does not like flying survivors. So it's not a geisha for sure. Are we going to be seeing a clerk? I think a clerk is really in the mixing here. Oh! What the? I was about to think MRC would pick Acrobats as the last one, but they're actually picking the lucky guy here. I like how earlier in this stream I talked about lucky guy and coordinator, like MRC whipped it out last season, and they're going to be doing it here again. We saw a potential of this team comp last season, but they still lost due to some poor early kites. So let's see what would they do here. The potential of this team comp is very high, because the lucky guy can pull out another flare gun. So there are actually 2 flare gun potentials endgame. And I think Dongshan will have to consider, whatever hunter he's bringing, he should definitely consider to bring out the excitement, because 2 flare guns can be deadly. And goes for Night Watch, which does make sense because all of these survivors doesn't have the ability to like have fast moving. And as long as he brings the excitement to counter the coordinator's flare guns, then he can actually chase anyone first and have the potential to down everyone here fast. This spawn we have Mercenary at the center, Lucky Guy in the Lucky Guy in the factory, and actually Lucky Guy can also pull out a mechanic spot though. So this is actually the potential of Lucky Guy coordinator team comp is very high. The potential is high, but also if you fall, you also fall badly too. So Dream Witch going, oh never mind, Night Watch going for a peeper here, and let's see, one Tide, two Broken Windows, one Flywheel Effect, and CLD will be the Lucky Guy this time. MRC really likes the Lucky Guy, like this is the second Lucky Guy in this team comp. I guess people are called MRC the team of tricks. Like, people don't call MRC the team of tricks for no reason. Anyways, we are in the BO3 first half between MRC Survivor and FPX.ZQ's Hunter with your caster Invisible Jong, or your casual commentator here. So Dongshan is actually going to be finding Huazi's barmaid first, which is pretty good because the barmaid, it doesn't really do that well against the Night Watch due to the fact that the slow wind can be used to slow him down, and is able to get an early hit on Huazi by positioning himself very good, and having Peeper is pretty decent in preventing Huazi from transitioning to better areas. And here Dongshan will be inching closer, but Nanako here, the coordinator is already in standby preparing to hit. So here, as soon as the vaults, the coordinator's flare gun is going to come into play, allowing Huazi to regen the wine, and Huazi here is instantly going to be trying to pull a second wine here, and I think he already pulled it out. So this is what MRC is aiming for here. But the help of Peepers means that it will be pretty hard for MRC to transition out, which is going to be one decent thing on FPX.ZQ. And goes for a risky vault here and is able to make that vault, but Dongshan, with the help of the wind walk, is able to pull Huazi for now, and Huazi here getting hit but not deciding not to go for a regen of the wine, and it's going to be rolly kiting here. But if the barmaid gets trapped in the two paths, there's just not much he can go for because Dongshan already has the level 1 ability, so this means he can down. But nope, Dongshan was actually a bit too aggressive, and is actually going to get slam dunk over here because he got a bit too impatient in pulling out the hit. And we can see in the bottom left corner, while all this is happening, the Lucky Guy is actually trying to pull out nasty items from the chest. And let's see, what did he pull out? Currently, he has a bot and the Magician's Wand, and the bot actually can be used to speed up the decoding progress on the field though. So, but currently we are at the first down and only 2 ciphers have been done. So in theory, this is a very good situation for Dongshan. The one thing to note is that with the help of the mechanics bot, the decoding speed will be a bit faster than we anticipated. It's able to pull off the hit and actually wanting to get a hit off the Mercenary, but Mercenary instant going for an elbow pad, so it's going to hit the barmaid once again. No rebound kites occurring, and currently because MRC wants to have a free escape at this game, so if they want the free escape, then they will have to ensure rebound kite. So they definitely need the Lucky Guy to pull out a flare gun to shoot Dongshan in order to ensure rebound kite. But we can see that the Mercenary actually is pulled out a pocket watch here, and now he can actually potentially give the pocket watch watch for the barmaid for a rebound kite. This is actually a very, very interesting situation because now the barmaid can use the wine and is able to use the wine and the watch at the same time. So this means that, first of all, Dongshan, it will be very hard to hit Huazi, meaning that Huazi has a very, very high chance into regenerating back into full health. So Dongshan knows that he's out of options here, is opting to go for the mercenary instead. So that pocket watch is actually very, very clutch on MRC's end because this ensures that, first of all, Huazi has a rebound kite, and then he can regen himself back to full health. So this allows the barmaid that's dead on chair to escape. And we can see that currently there are 2 ciphers remaining. One is being done by the bot, and the other one is being done by the, I believe it's the barmaid. So this is actually a very, very good situation for MRC as they are in a position to play for a free escape now. Xiao Di actually got cut off here, so... And oh, a very nice flywheel effect over there by evading the hit and getting stunned. And the mercenary also got pulled off with no damage. And Dongshan will now be fully committing onto the lucky guy here. But this is actually a pretty dangerous situation though, because now there's actually no one dead on chair situation, and allowing the mercenary to get off scot-free might not be the best move here because the ciphers are primed. Dongshan will be fully committing to this lucky guy and actually drops down. It seems that Dongshan wants to go back outside to try and find some better targets. And currently the Dongshan's best target here is to find the barmaids, but the barmaid is currently hidden, not showing himself, and Dongshan will be dashing towards the moon gate, but that is actually the mercenary, and the mercenary is the one target you do not want to chase endgame here. Finding Xiaosa, I think right now Dongshan should definitely TP away because chasing the mercenary opens up a dangerous situation. And yep, it's going to be TPing here and finds the coordinator and it's going to try to chase him, but the coordinator already slammed some pallets and setting it up. It advanced, so it will be hard for Dongshan to down Nanako fast enough here, and going to be jumping around, looping around these pallets, and is able to get the down, and we can see that the gate at the other hand has been open, but we're talking about 60 seconds left into detention, and actually I think the survivors are actually might go for escape though, because we can see that right now they're in no hurry to exit, and because the thing is that they can wait out detention, and since the moon gate is only around 83%, so now they can actually go for a free escape if they want to, a forced escape if they want to, I mean. Well, Dongshan managing to cut off the mercenary here, but there's actually someone else, because Xiao Di in very long range actually has crowds on him, but the thing is that Dongshan have to make his choices very carefully now, because if he chases Xiao Di, then he'll have to commit him before the 10-second period, or else once the tension is over, then the survivors can just pull off the coordinator. And yep, they are able to pull off the coordinator, so Dongshan here is opting to prevent the survivors from popping the gate instead. But this is also a very bad move, because this allows the person that being rescued, the coordinator, to run to the other side of the gate though. So this is a very dangerous move they're choosing. The mercenary got hit twice trying to pop the gate, and another flare gun from the lucky guy being used in here, allowing the mercenary to escape. So now Dongshan will be trying to cut off the coordinator, but the coordinator is going to get out of the dungeon, so this will be a 4-man escape from MRC's end. Honestly, I don't sound that surprised because I knew it was a forced escape, but I'm just still dumbfounded seeing how that happened. Honestly, I think I may even record that. Oh my god. I knew it was a forced escape, I just did not know how it happened. Let's break that down, shall we? Hold on. First of all, honestly, the first turning point of this game is when when he pulled the mercenary pulled out the pocket watch here, because this allows the barmaid to use the pocket watch here, which use the pocket watch to ensure she'll get regen to full wine, and this forced Dongshan into like swapping chairs. So this is the first good situation on MRC's end. Then here, after chairing the mercenary, he decided to go aggressive and chase after the lucky guy instead. But this did not work in his favor because this allowed the mercenary to get off scot-free. Like, the mercenary only had one elbow pad, and like having the mercenary injured might, like, chasing the mercenary who might be better end game, like, just to have someone being chaired. Because here I understand what he's going for with the lucky guy here, but then he all of a sudden choosing to switch targets again is not it. Like, he just cannot commit himself to target endgame. The thing is that, like, he cannot commit himself to target. And here I feel like he wasted too much time on chasing the Merc because Merc is in full health and dungeon is nearby, and he should have TP'd earlier. And after chairing the coordinator, he sort of like lost, lost focus on what he needed to do, because at this point, at this point, I have to give MRCs, I have to give it to MRC for having their barmaid and their lucky guy to like run across the map, so Dongshan cannot just locate them easily. And at this point, Dongshan just lost focus. I think Dongshan just lost focus end game, where he never committed himself to a target. Because once things are starting to look bad for you in a game, then you should do whatever you can to secure a one-man kill. Because here in the end, he ended up chasing the coordinator on full chair, and that is what turned this into a four-man escape. And the other thing is that once the barmaid got rescued, he should have gone back to the the coordinator got rescued, he should have gone to the coordinator instead of risking the gate. With the lucky guy having a flare gun is asking for a disaster. Yeah, so this is a very good showcasing on MRC's end. But honestly, I just felt like Dongshan, like MRC really utilized the items pretty well, from the pocket watch to pulling out two flare guns and stuff. So honestly, I just really think like they had a massive loss. No, Dongshan messed that one up and had a loss of focus. Alright then, we're back at the last game, and yeah, I skipped the BP because I'm getting tired. And this is between MRC versus FPX.ZQ. And this game, FPX.ZQ survivors must get a 4 as... Never mind, I'll just do the BP. Oh, we can see Seer Merc being banned. Oh, Oh, Disciple and Dream Witch, yeah, those are better. So we're actually seeing the opera singer being let on BO3. Never the day that I thought I'll see this. FO Priestess better, yeah. Time for FPX.ZQ to go more aggressive here. Better. I think they can go for Lucky Guy too. Oh, Explore, yeah, that makes sense. Explore can hide. Yeah, opera singer. Let's see how Xiao Cheng's opera singer is. I think I might. I actually don't want to. I actually don't want to do the. I actually might upload that game as a solo game analysis rather than video, because that game is just way too clutch. Anyways, let's do this last match. Yeah, so FPX.ZQ needs a 4 escape, and that's why we actually seeing a priestess and explorer here, because they are more like riskier characters. Yeah, but opera singer 4 escape is very hard. But I mean, banning the Dream Witch and Disciple also makes perfect sense too. Oh, very good move here evading that hit, but Batter managing to make that vault as well. So that's also a pretty good move. And here, actually, we'll have to see how well does Batter fare against Opera Singer. Like, Opera just moves too fast for Batter to aim at. But Xiao Cheng missing the swing, allowing the Batter to hit him backwards, but Sansui ended up running onto the Phantom Shadows, allowing Xiao Cheng to just get that hit anyways. Oh, here's Xiao wanting to do a sneaky stun, but Xiao Cheng completely predicting it and is able to get the hit anyways. Yeah, forcing out even forced out an out, or rather a pocket watch though, so this is not looking too good for FPX.ZQ's end if they want that forest game. Because we can see currently we're only around 1.5 cipher, and there's no pages on the field right now. Because the thing is that they have to play it more riskier if they want the win here, but when riskier, like aggressive, it also means that your cipher speed will be slower. Xiao Cheng is just going to... loop around. Yep, the thing is this is over half rescue because they need time to heal. But they have to go for the rescue though, because they need a 4-man and they must protect this Batter at all cost here. Yeah, Xiao going in with the help of his last pocket watch, and after the rescue he must do whatever he can to protect Sansui. Yeah, no, but they're actually going for separate paths here, and Sansui is end up going to get hit again. Because I think the plan is for them to meet up back at the shack, but unfortunately Sansui got hit way too fast. So right now this is going to be ensuring the victory on MRC. Oh, never mind, they actually sets up a long portal, but it actually does not matter here because Xiaochen can just easily switch to teleport. Yeah, I'm sorry for tripping, guys. It's late at night, so my brain's offline. But yeah. Oh, so that must be their plan just now, is for the FO to go for the rescue and then to set up the long portal to ensure that the batter can escape through it. So actually, this gives an opportunity for Sansui to kite even longer, but the same problem remains, is that the cipher progress is far beyond ready. Like, we have the priestess providing support towards the batter, but we still have around 2 whole ciphers of progress remaining. The batter does still have one more ball to work with, but I think we can know that batter is very hard. It's very hard for the batter to hit with the balls. And another long portal here. Priestess is just doing whatever they can to protect this batter. And Priestess is going to body block here, but not being able to, allowing Xiaochen to slide through. And Xiaochen had enough of the Priestess going to hit here and opting to chair the Priestess instead, letting the batter run out scot-free, because the opera singer knows that the batter must have went out the stairs in the approximate location. So he's going for a different approach now. But actually, I would say this approach is a bit dangerous though, because now, first of all, you let the batter who's dead on chair out scot-free, and second of all, the ciphers, like, there's only one cipher remaining. The explorer is right around hiding too. I think they're probably gonna do an after half rescue and try to block, but if Xiaochen busts the batter's location, then this will be over. Oh, Explorer gonna go for it though. Actually, this will be a double rescue situation. So I think the plan here is a double rescue and for the batter to declare, and goes for the hit. Able to pull off the rescue. Explorer has Tide Turner, meaning the Priestess can still survive, and is able to get the block. And batter is actually here though, but this is very dangerous. Don't forget, batter's dead on chair, and here they had Explorer to body block and ensures he's gonna go down. It's actually the first officer being the last one decoding, and the Priestess is the one being chased now, and Priestess is also dead on chair too. So currently, the Priestess must last before the batter comes here. The batter does one ball, but we know that the batter doesn't work well against an opera. And the batter is able to harass, is able to get hit here, but now Xiaochen's other idea is gonna try and stop the cipher, because he knows that currently the FO has no more watches. So that cipher is 88%, but now everyone is at half health, so everyone is in danger of approaching the cipher. So actually, currently, like, while Xiaochen lets 2 dead on chair survivors out scot-free, it's actually acceptable, because now everyone is half health and must heal each other back up, and then they may be approaching endgame with like 3 people dead on chair. Then this means that at endgame he can chase whoever he wants to. Oh, we can see that the Explorer is actually going to be digging the pages. I think the plan is maybe for, like, but the Priestess actually got busted here, and don't forget, Priestess dead on chair. So the Priestess must last before the Explorer can prime the last cipher, which is at the corner, which will be pretty hard. And goes for a teleport here. Like, the teleport confused me for a bit, and is able to get to the down here, but the pump is going to be in play, and we're approaching endgame with 4 men, but the Priestess is still going to get downed, and this will be the end for FPX.ZQ, because they needed a 4 escape. Yeah, so with with the Priestess being sent back to the manor, this is going to be a free man. This is going to ensure the victory from MRC. And looking back, really, the one time where Dongshan being 4K turned to 3K blew the whole game away. Had he just got the 4K, they would have 2-0'd. But him being overconfident there led to a disaster. Like, indirectly led to disaster and losing. Aye. Yeah, let's just see how this game will play out at this point. Alright, chasing after the batter here. Yeah, the Explorer is able to get out though, so I think this might be a potential tie. And Sansui is being very good with his baseballs, but Xiaosheng is standing guard here. I think is standing guard on the dungeon. Yeah, but Sansui just has to wait. Oh, breaks the pallet and is able to get the out. Yeah, but still, MRC wins. Amazing comeback. Yeah, it's just kind of iffy how that one time being overconfident ended up being the downfall. Aye. Yeah. Well, congrats MRC. And yeah, I'm gonna sign off now. And I think I might not upload this streamed version. Like, I know I'll upload that for escaping game, but I might not upload the streamed version because I did not react pretty well. So I think I'll just end up recording it as an analysis video rather than a streamed react video. Anyways, I'll see y'all at first day to catch up one of the matchups. See you then, bye bye!